have the final stand. Both sides, you have the time to come and make your final stand, including changing your stand. Let me call on the supporting side to come and clear the air. Are you still on that point?
Thank you. Yes.
What a beat. My opponents do not take this as an abuse or something else. Let's all reason together. My chief speaker from my opponent's side said the other time that no, I think it's my opposing the supporting speaker that said we are always afraid of the police. It's up to me and you. We are the future of this country. If there is no corruption, if we are able to cut corruption during our own time, then we'll make the police, the state police, very easy for the citizens to approach. It's the easiest way. It's the nearest way to us. Okay, let's take for instance, there is a thief. Some armed robber came to come and rob my house. Will I go ahead to call the soldiers from the federal government to come and help me? Excuse me, it's not that way. I'll call the nearest police station, and that's in my state. So what are we talking about? And my chief speaker from the opposing side said that the government, the federal government can help us in this security situation. Let me tell you, it's a lie. Yes, it's a lie. Let's see this. Okay. The worsening, do you realize that the worsening security situation across the Federation is the fact that when it will be erroneous for the federal government to continue to carry on the belief that they will effectively police this milk and crime of Nigeria. Excuse me, it is not. It is very difficult. And that is why I, Mariam Abdullah, a proud indigene of Ekiti State, representing the business, this still be on my stand with that I propose to you state police as the best solution to the security challenges in our country. Thanks for listening.
The first speaker from the proposing side has made her final presentation. It's time to call on the first speaker from the opposing side, the ASON, to make the final presentation. Yes.
Back on track. I have been thinking about corruption. Sorry. Only Allah can help this country about corruption because it has become more powerful than when we want to fight it against us as punishing. I am the Abdasis. I am amazed. I am adjusted. When you come on stage to talk about state, it makes me wonder. It sets me thinking, are you really current about the happenings in Nigeria? Just of recent, the National Assembly released a statement of the late administration of DhulQi'dah, who was an ex-governor of Plateau State, who was said to hire over 300 people, train them in Israel, and burn them back. You know what? To kill innocent people. We watched it. We were witness. We saw it. When a pregnant woman would be killed until what she conceived in her womb moves no more. We saw it. When hopeless and helpless orphans are lying around the dead bodies of their parents. So we know it. This is just a third opportunity he's giving to govern the state for 4 years. Now tell me, if the state police have total control over the government, then what will happen? More mentality will come with this. Thank you.
Okay, it's time to call on the Assistant Secretary of Citizen Scholarship to mediate observations and contributions.
First, you see what our yoga what they need is that policy. I don't expect them to start eating and do some other things. Please, these are young brothers and sisters, and they still have a long way to go. We are now continue to be with them. And as I've said from the onset, this competition is not a do or die affair. In fact, this particular competition is the inaugural competition. And we just want to use this competition as a test run, as well as to know how the other subsequent program will be. Whoever comes first, second, doesn't matter at all. But what we want the students is to have a sense of belonging and to feel free to enjoy themselves. And not all this. I expect us to at least aid all of them because they all try. It is not possible. I know majority of us don't have the same opportunity when we are very young like this. They are coming outside, talking and some other things. Please let us encourage them. This is not going to be the end of debate. Inshallah, we are still going to have the final round, inshallah. But whoever emerge to compete for the first, second, and third, and fourth position, inshallah, let us encourage them all. May Allah continue to do them. If there is any other observation while we are waiting for our guys at the high table.
The lady, the participant here.
What the chairman said and the panel of judges said was that after the chief speaker and supporting speaker, the chief speaker should come back to come and say understand or change it. I want to make you realize that both my audience and the panel of judges, that what the supporting speaker from my opponent had come and say was the unfinished points she was not allowed to finish when she was here. And that is not supposed to be. It's the chief speaker and the speaker.
Okay.
I still want to commend the effort of both speakers. They have really done much, and this has given us an insight that the future of Muslim students in Nigeria will be brighter. You keep it up, and Allah will assist you, inshallah. We, the audience, I still want to call on us that this is the highest body of the Muslim student society. And in a program of this nature, we should please try to exercise some level of maturity in our approach to this type of issue. Because the ultimate goal is for Allah to accept the little we are doing. Yeah, at least we were moved by some of their points and submissions. But that should not be a reason for us to miscontrol ourselves. Let's control ourselves when making response. That will not be one or all of the contestants. I encourage you, and I said a good, well done job. To me, if I'm the judge, no, actually, because particularly my sister from Egypt, she keep on fighting up to the last minute. This tells you one time she will be a proud Muslim mother.
Indeed, I'm very happy and glad to be here today. I would have been so sad if I was not here today. And I watched the video of this particular debate. I'm so sad. May Allah reward every one of us. This my nasiha to everybody is that when we are in an Islamic country, let us remove Nigeria mentality in all what we are doing. It is Nigeria mentality that is dragging Nigeria backward. What is that mentality? It is that sentimentalism in everything we do. If you talk sentimental. If you walk sentimental. If you eat sentimental. It has been everything is here. And we Muslims, we should show example. I have always been proud to be part of MSS. If God can see in MSS, I hope if they can just handle the Nigeria for us, inshallah, the problem will be over. Because look at this. Now, alhamdulillah, member to the peacefully. That is an Islam. And let us always maintain that one in anything we are doing. What we are about here is an Islam. All of us, وَأَنَّ هَذِهِ أُمَّتُكُمْ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَأَنَا رَبُّكُمْ. 2 verses. فَاتَّقُونَ. This is what is binding us. Instead of all reflecting on what prompted the second speaker here to cry. I was crying inside because I was telling my colleague people because I was there, I was just in that tournament. I said, yes, I'm the living witness of the incident. I thought that's supposed to be what concerned everyone because what we Muslims we lost in that incident. You know, in fact, I was looking at the way we are sentimental. Please, let us go back to Islam. That's what brought us. Now that thank you very much.
I want to thank our debaters. You can take your leave. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. So, inshallah, I will invite the representatives of the zone and the representative of the zone to come out and have the competition for a zone.
Inshallah ta'ala, before I go that, let me use the opportunity to call our attention to one particular thing in our mode of greeting. When we say, some of us want to greet, say Salamuni Alaikum. It's very common among us. Salamuni Alaikum. Sometimes we say Assalamuni Alaikum. Please, all those forms of greeting are not correct. Don't greet say by saying Salamuni Alaikum or Assalamu Alaikum. We greet by saying Assalamu Alaikum. And when we respond, we don't say Wa Alaikum Salam. Wa Alaikum Salam. Very common. Wa Alaikum Salam. The correct one is Wa Alaikum. Wa Alaikum Salam. Because there, Alaikum means sukun. And the first thing is also sukun. And 2 sukuns don't use to make. Aha. That's Wa Alaikum Assalam. Because we are here as Muslim students, it will be a fallacy on us, a slap on our faces, not to be able to respond properly when we are greeted, or to greet properly when we are not able to greet. I just use this medium to call our attention to that mistakes. May Allah assist us. Inshallah ta'ala, in this reading, we are assessing students based on these observations. First, we are looking at their husnul nutq bil huruf. We want to concentrate on modes of pronunciation. We look into that one, and then mura'atul ahkam and nahwiyah. We are going to observe grammatical rules, syntax, morphological, and also we are coming to the punctuation aspect of it, proper punctuation. And then we underline some words and ask for the grammatical rule of that word. That's 3. And then, number 4, we may ask participants, apart from what we read, what he read, the nusul, the text he will read, to have a brief summary of what he or she reads. Then to know that what he or she understands from what or she reads. We do that one. These are the areas we are going to look into, and we have allocated al-muhadatha. Al-muhadatha, and then brief conversation. Yes, we have brief conversation. These are the areas we have highlighted to look into. May Allah assist us. Now, first set, representative of B zone. Now, B zone.
Yes, sir. So,
النطق بالحروف، النطق الصحيحة بالحروف. واحد، تطبيق الأحكام النحوية والصرفية والإملائية، لا سيما علامات التركيب. ثالثا، تلخيص ما قرأت من النصوص. صبري. رابعا، إعراب بعض الكلمات التي نجت تحتها خط. خامسا، المحادثة والمحاورة بيننا وبينك. واضح؟ نعم إن شاء الله. بسم الله. نعم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اسمي هاية الله المقصد، أريد أن أختم هذه المقدمة. بسم الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين، أنزل الكتاب على نبيه الأمين ويسيره للذكر فقال: ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر. ورفع عن هذه الأمة الحرج والمشقة، فأمر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أن يقرأ أمته القرآن على 7 الأحرف، كلاها كاشف شاف، وبأيها قروها فقد أصابوا. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله الرؤوف الرحيم بأمته، الذي كان منجه دائما طلب التخفيف والتهوين. هون على أمتي، أسأل الله معافاته ومغفرته، وإن أمتي لا تطيق ذلك. وحين أجيب دعاه بالتخفيف على أمتي أعطى 3 دعوات مستجابات، فقال: اللهم اغفر لأمتي، اللهم اغفر لأمتي. وأخرجت 3 يوم يرقب إلى الخلق كلهم حتى إبراهيم عليه الصلاة والسلام. وبعد، فالكتاب الذي نقدمه اليوم للقراءة الكرام بعنوان مقدمات في علم القراءات، جاء ثمرة جهد متواصل، لمدة غير قليلة، وبعد خبرة طويلة في تدريس هذا التعليم ومعرفته والإطلاع على معظم ما كتب فيه من دراسات وبحوث، والكتب التي ألفته في هذا الباب كثيرة جدا، وفيها فوائد قيمة ومباحث نافعة ومعلومات طيبة. ولكن الذي يميز هذا الكتاب أمران: أحدهما أنه كتاب منجي أعد وقف الخطأ التدريس. لماذا؟ مدخل إلى القراءات القرآنية التي تدرس في كلية الدعوة وأصول الدين، وفي عدد من كليات ومعاهد شرعية في أرضا وخارجا.
الله أكبر.
نعم، شكرا لما قرأت عليها. نعم، هنا أعرف هذه الكلمة القرآن، ولقد يسرنا القرآن.
أعرف.
نعم.
ولقد يسرنا القرآن في الإنجليزية وفي العربية.
لا رؤية، أعرف الإعراب. ما موقع القرآن؟ القرآن ما موقعه في الإعراب هنا؟
ولقد يسرنا القرآن مفعول به.
نعم. لخص ما
muqaddimah has taught us in the recitation of Quran and Arabic. Can I repeat?
No?
Can I have
Who's?
it also tells us about Rasulullah Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam. What the message this Muqaddimah is trying to pass is the act of reciting the Quran correctly.
نعم. ما موقفك من هذه المقدمة؟ ما موقفك من هذه المقدمة؟
موقف؟
نعم، موقفك من هذه المقدمة. مثلا قال هنا والصلاة والسلام إلى دائما الذي كان دائما طلب التعفيف والتهويل. نعم، ما موقفك في هذا؟ منهج الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم طلب التخفيف والتهويل، ما موقفك في هذا؟ نعم. استمع. قال عندما يصلي على الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم قال الرسول كان الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم يطلب لأمته التخفيف والتهويل. قلت ما موقفك من هذه الكلمة؟
لأن الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم يحب أمته والرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم خلق عظيم.
شكرا، بارك الله فيك. بارك الله فيك. نعم. From Azul, the first speaker. اسمك
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وثانيهما أنه أضاف كثيرا من الإضافات النوعية فيما يتعلق بمحتوى المادة العلمية التي يحسن أن يدرسها الطلبة ويلم بمعرفتها في هذا العلم، كالتعريف بأصول القراءات ومن الأصول التي يقرأ بها القراء العشرة، وكالمؤلفات في علم القراءات والعلوم المتصلة به وأقسامها، والإشارة إلى بعض الشبهات التي أورد عليها القراءات والرد عليها. وكان من دوافع تعليف هذا الكتاب أن المدرس لعلم القراءات لا يجري في المكتبة الإسلامية كتابا يجمع هذه المباحث ويعرضها بطريقة علمية ميسرة قريبة، بل كان مضطرا لمراجعة العديد من الكتب واختيار مباحث وصفحات من كل منها، وفي هذا ما فيه من المشقة على الطلبة والمدرس في آن. أما أسلوب الكتاب فقد كان سهلا واضحا إلى حد كبير، وبين أبحاثه ولغته انسجام رغم اشتراك الثلاثة في تأليف وصياغته. وسيجد القارئ الكريم أن الكتاب يتسم بمنهجية البحث العلمي الجاد والتوثيق الصحيح وتنوع وغزارة المصادر والمراجع وتحرير القول في كثير من المواضيع التي كثر فيها الخلاف بين العلماء. وكشأن أي جهد بشري نعترف عن يقين أننا لن نبلغ الكمال مهما حاولناه، وقد نختلف في الرأي مع بعض القارئين الكرام ونرجو ما يضعفه غيرنا، ولا بأس بذلك ولا ضير، فاختلاف الرأي لا يفسد للود قضية، وحسب المباحث أن يكون موضوعيا في التزامه الرأي الذي يقود إليه الدليل ويهدي إليه البرهان العلمي والنقل الصحيح. ونرحب بكل توجيه جاد وتنبيه على ما في الكتاب من أخطاء لا بد من وجود رغم المراجعة الكثيرة والرغبة الصادقة في تجنبها، وعسى أن يتم استدراك ما يصلنا من تنبيهات القراء الكرام في طبعات لاحقة. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وسلم.
نعم. الآن قد قرأت. بارك الله فيك. انظر هنا، عارف الكلمة التي تحتها الخط هنا، فقد كان سهلا واضحا. كان سهلا واضحا. نعم. نعم، عارف الكلمة كان سهلا واضحا.
كان حرف نصب، سهلا منصوب بكان.
كان واضح سهلا.
كان سهلا واضحا. غاب. نعم. نعم، لخص ما قرأت في هذه الكتاب. لخص، جئ هاتنا بتلخيص. خلاصة القول فيما قرأت هنا.
يبين الورقة بأن الكتابة وفيما يحتوي الدراسة بتدريس الطلبة والكتابة عند المعلم. وفي الفقرة الأول يقول كالتعريف بأصول القراءات وبالأصول التي يقرأ بها القراء العشرة، لأن يوجد مشقة في بعض القراءات وفي جمع الكتاب عند المعلم، فلذا أحيانا يكون من الصعب أن يتعلمه الطالب لدى المعلم، لأن المعلم حتى بنفسه وجد المشقة في تجميع العلم. فهذا ما يبين الكتاب.
بارك الله فيك. نعم. ما شاء الله. أنت
الأنصار دعني أكلمه.
نعم.
أنا أتعجب فيك لأنك تستطيع التكلم باللغة العربية، ولما عرفت كيفية إعرابها هل درست كان وقعته من بعد؟ لما لم تجيب حين سألك الأستاذ؟
كان سهلا واضحا.
لأنك أنت رأيت في محاوراتك يعني المهارة والبهارة. الله يبارك فيك.
نعم. نعم. تعال هنا. قال المؤلف هنا. قال المؤلف هنا وكشان أي جهد بشري نعترف عن يقين أننا لن نبلغ الكمال مهما حاولنا، وقد نختلف الرأي مع بعض القارئين الكرام ونرجح ما يضعفه غيرنا، ولا بأس بذلك ولا ضير. فاختلاف الرأي لا يفسد للود قضية. نعم، هذا الذي أريد. اختلاف الرأي لا يفسد للود قضية. ما موقفك من هذا؟ نعم؟ ما موقفك من هذا؟ هل أريد أن تبدي رأيك في مقام بأن اختلاف الرأي من رأيك لا يسبب العداوة بيننا؟ أريد أن أعرف موقفك من هذا.
فاختلاف الرأي لا يفسد للود قضية. اختلاف أحيانا يوجد اختلاف لا سيما بين العلماء الذين يتخصصوا في فن لا سيما في فن الدين، فيوجد اختلاف بينهما كثيرا. فلذا إن وجد اختلاف بين العلماء فهذا لا يعني بأنه وجد عداوة بينهما. فالإسلام دين لا يعتني بالعداوة والبغضاء. دين ينادي إلى الإصلاح فيما بين الناس. فاختلاف الرأي لا يؤدي إلى العداوة بيننا. فإذا وجدنا اختلاف فالشيء المهم أننا نجلس ونتحدث فيما بيننا فنرى من أفضل ومن عنده دليل ومن عنده فضل على آخر.
شكرا، بارك الله فيك.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, for the reasons mentioned, we are going to announce the results of the just concluded contest for the participants to get prepared because tonight everything is going to be finished. You saw two contests, hot ones for that matter. The first one was on oil as a cars were placed into Nigeria, in which Sokoto representing the A and Lagos representing the B zones contested. After the scores of all the judges, the 4 judges were computed together and divided by 4. I have the following average. For A zone, we have the average of 71.13. For B zone, I have the average of 60.25. For the second context on state policing, after the results, scores awarded by the 4 judges were computed and divided by their number 4, I have the following average. For B, represented by 2 participants, one from Lagos making a squad, we have 65.25. Then Plateau representing the A zone has 73.37. Now, what this means is that, because we have mentioned the fixtures already, the winners of contest 1 are going to meet the winners of contest 2 for the finals, in which the winner will be the first in debate and the runner-up will be the second. And for the runners-up in the first and second contests, they are going to meet so that we have the 3rd and 4th positions respectively. To this note, for the 3rd position, the topic is English language should be replaced by an indigenous one as the language of instruction in Nigerian secondary schools. I take it again. The English language should be replaced by an indigenous one as the language of instruction in Nigerian secondary schools. For the final, the topic is this: just like the executive, the heads of Nigerian legislative and judiciary arms should be given immunity. Just like the executive, the heads of Nigerian legislative and judiciary arms should be given immunity. Thank you very much.
Inshallah نواصل في القراءة العربية. إن شاء الله فقد رأينا أن المندوبين الأولين من الجانبين قد خرج وقرأ وقد أبدى ما لهما من المهارة في القراءة والمحادثة، فبارك الله لهما. وإن شاء الله نواصل بالمندوبين الثانيين اللذين يندوبان عن المنطقة ألف والمنطقة باء إن شاء الله. عن منطقة باء بيزو. نعم. هل رأيت جيدا؟ رأيت جيدا؟
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
اسمي معيزة عيفة. بسم الله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على النبي المصطفى. انتبه الفكر الغربي والشرق الحديث إلى خطورة إدمان الخمر والمخدرات عندما طاح كثير من الشباب والفتيات بسبب تلك الخبائث، فراح ينادي بأشد العقوبة على المتسبين من والتجار ومساعدتهم في ذلك الصنف، مدعين أن هؤلاء فقط هم الجنات، وأن المتعاطي هو المجيني عليه والضيئة البريئة لهم الذي يحتاج إلى السياسة والمداعبة والعلاج، وتحت تحذير الرعب من القتل المحقق لتلك الظاهرة المدمرة لحياة الشباب والمهلكة للحرث والنسل. استصدقت بعض الحكومات بجماس وغيرة شديدين قوانين بعقوبة الإعدام المروجين، وبعض آخر بعقوبة الأشغال الشاقة، وبعض ثالث بعقوبة المتهاونات، وآخرون يدبرون لترويج ويشنون حربا للقضاء على دول بعينها، مستخدمين تلك الأسلحة الخفيفة الخبيثات، والمتتبع لموقف الشرعية الإسلامية من المتعاطي يرى أنها لم تسلمه من المسألة والعقاب بجلد زجر والنكالة في حال السكر، وما يراه الإمام مناسبة بتعزير في حالة تقدير وعلى المتعاطي لحماية نفسه من تلك العقوبة أن يلقى عن عادته الخبيثة ويسعى لعلاج نفسه. أما هذا المروج الفاسد الذي كان يد الشيطان ولسانه وسائر جوارحه في الترويج، فإننا نحاول أن نكتف في هذا البحث بإذن الله تعالى على تلك العقوبات التي قصدها له الإسلام بردعه وزجر أمثاله، والذي أحب الإشارة إليه هنا أن تلك الأحكام ليست وليدة العصر، وإنما هي أحكام الله تعالى الثابتة المحكمة منذ استقرار التشريع الإسلامي ونزول قوله تبارك وتعالى: اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا، ذلك أنه بمرور الزمن وكثرة الاستحداثات نكتشف أن الإسلام هو الهداية الحقيقة للبشرية، وأنه ملء بأحكام التي توعي مصالح البشر في كل مكان وأوآن.
بارك الله فيك.
نعم.
وأعربها، ولمتتبع لموقف الشريعة من يرى أنها لم كذا، أنها لم فادية من لم، والكلمة التي تلي لم
حرف جزم تسلمه من المسألة والعقاب من حرف من حروف الجر.
كيف تربطي تسليم
هذه
فعل ماض مجزوم بلا
الماضي
من حرف الجر.
المسألة اسم المجرور بمن وعلامة جره الكسرة الظاهرة على آخره والإعقاب حرف العطف الإعقاب معطوف بوا.
بارك الله فيك. نعم أخيرا قال الكاتب بأن الفكر الغربي والشرق الحديث انتبه إلى خطورة إدمان الخمر والمخدرات عندما طاح كثير من الشباب والفتيات بسبب تلك الخبائث، فراح ينادي بأشد العقوبات على المتسببين من مهربين وتجار ومساعدين في ذلك الصنف، مدعين أن هؤلاء فقط هم الجنات وأن المتعاطي هم المجني عليه والضحية البريئة لهم الذي يحتاج إلى السياسة والمداعبة والعلاج. نعم، انظروا إلى ماذا قال هنا. ما رأيك في هذا؟ قال الفكر الغربي والشرقي بأن تجار المخدرات ومساعديهم هم الجنات وأن الذين يتعاطون المخدرات هم المبني عليهم. ما رأيك بذلك؟ تجار وصناع المخدرات الخمر المخدرات هم الجنات، أما الذين يشربون يتعاطون المخدرات ليسوا بالجنات بل هم جني عليهم. ما رأيك في هذا؟
نعم، أبين في هذا المصحف أن التجار
انتبه إلى السؤال. ما قلت بأن تلخصي ما في الكتاب، بل هناك كلمة هناك رأي بأن تجار المخدرين هم الجنات، أما الذين يتعاطون المخدرين هم المجني عليهم. ما موقفك في هذا؟
التجار هو جمع تاجر. نعم تاجر.
استمع. قال هذا القائل بأن الغربيون قالوا الذين يبيعون المخدرات ويصنعون المخدرات هم الجنات، وهذه أما الذين يشربون ليسوا بالجنات بل مجني عليهم. أريد أن أرى منك ما موقفك. ما موقفك في هذا؟ هل أنت توافقهم أم تخالفهم؟ هذا الذي أريد. بين بعبارتك.
أوافقهم لأنهم يتمتعون إذا تجروا بالمتعاطي يتمتعون وأوافقهم.
نعم، شكرا. خلصي هاتي بخلاصة ما قرأت. صمري خلاصة ما قرأت.
في هذا المصحف الإسلام هو الهداية والحقيقة البشرية.
هذا خلاصة. نعم، شكرا بارك الله فيك. نعم، المتكلم الثاني من منطقة ألف. نعم، مرحبا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اسمي صالح سليمان. ولما كان بعض المخدرات في الحقيقة سما قاتلا مهلكا، والمروج يقدمها في صورة عقاقير منشطة ومنشأة بزعم أنها تداوي أمراض النفس وهموم الحياة، وهو يعلم أثرها اللعين الذي ينتهي غالبا بالقتل بالسبب. وأيضا فإن الخمر والمخدرات من المحرمات التي يجب على كل مسلم أن يحافظ على نفسه منها، لأن المجتمع المسلم مجتمع طاهر يحل ما أحل الله من الطيبات ويحرم ما حرم الله من الخبائث. فإذا ظهر في هذا المجتمع النظيف من يدعو إلى الفساد بإتيان المحرمات، فإنه يكون قد صال عليهم بحيله مما يستوجب على كل مسلم بصفة عامة وعلى إمام المسلمين بصفة خاصة أن يدفع هذا الصيام والاعتداء بما يقطع شره وأذاه. فنبحث في حكم الصيام، كما أن انتشار الخمر والمخدرات بين قطاع الشباب والفتيات في سن التكوين والإنتاج أكبر كثيرا، وهو سبيل للدمار وتشفي الفساد. فالذين يروجون لتلك الخبائث هم أداة استهباء ما حرم الله ورسوله ورؤساء فساد الأمة في حكم الحرابة والإفساد. من هنا ينقسم هذا البحث إلى 4 مباحث. المبحث الأول المروج والقتل، المبحث الثاني المروج والصيام، المبحث الثالث المروج والحرابة، المبحث الرابع خاتمة الفصل، العقوبة الشرعية المناسبة للمروج. المبحث الأول المبرج والقتل. القتل هو إزهاق الروح، تقول قتلته قتلا قضى على حياتي، ويقال قتل الحمراء مجزوها بالماء ليكسر حدتها. وأجمع المسلمون على تحريم القتل بغير حق، وهو من الكبائر العظام. قال تعالى: ولا تقتلوا النفس التي حرم الله إلا بالحق، ومن قتل مظلوما فقد جعلنا لوليه سلطانا فلا يسرف في القتل إنه كان منصورا. قال تعالى: وما كان لمؤمن أن يقتل مؤمنا إلا خطأ، ومن قتل مؤمنا خطأ فتحرير رقبة مؤمنة ودية مسلمة إلى أهله إلا أن يصدقوا، فإن كان من قوم عدو لكم وهو مؤمن فتحرير رقبة مؤمنة ودية، وإن كان من قوم بينكم وبينهم ميثاق فدية مسلمة إلى أهله وتحرير رقبة مؤمنة، فمن لم يجد فصيام شهرين متتابعين توبة من الله، وكان الله عليما حكيما. ومن يقتل مؤمنا متعمدا فجزاؤه جهنم خالدا فيها وغضب الله عليه ولعنه وأعد له عذابا عظيما.
شكرا، بارك الله فيك. نعم، الماضي بالكلمة التي تحتها خط. أرأيت؟
يجب فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة الظاهرة على آخره وفاعله ضمير مستتر تقديره هو على حرف جر مبني على السكون لا محل له من الإعراب. كل اسم مجرور بعلى وهو مضاف مسلم مضاف إليه.
بارك الله فيك. نعم لخص ما قرأت خلاصة ما قرأت.
فما فهمت في هذه الورقة هو أن الكاتب يريد أن يشيرنا إلى خطر شرب الخمر وغيرها من المسكرات كما حرمها رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. فإذا نظرنا إلى شبابنا في هذه الأيام وإلى أخلاقهم الفاسدة وإذا بحثنا سنرى أن الفساد بدأ من رجل وسيبدأ ينتشر كما قال الله تعالى إن الذين يحبون أن تشيع الفاحشة بالذين آمنوا. لذلك فالكاتب يريد أن يشيرنا إلى هذا الفساد وخطوراته، وإن لم نتب إلى الله ونترك شرب الخمر والمسكرات فإن الله سيعذبنا. ننظر إلى أحوالنا اليوم، كنا نعصي الله بجريمة كثيرة. هناك جريمات لم يوجد قوم قط قبلنا فعلوا مثلها، ولكن الله سبحانه وتعالى تركنا نتمتع في الدنيا فنخاف الله. وفي آخر جاء بآيات تتكلم عمن قتل مؤمنا متعمدا، لأن إذا كنت شارب الخمر احفظ نفسك ألا تقتل أحدا. إذا قتلت أحدا هناك عقوبات في الدنيا وهناك عقوبات في الآخرة. واحد الله يغضب عليك ولعنك وأعد لك عذابا أليما.
طيب بارك الله فيك. قلت خلاصة وأنت جئت بأكثر من خلاصة. لا بقي سؤال واحد. هنا فكرة جاء به هذا الكاتب، قال بأن المروجون للمسكرات والمخدرات يقولون بأنها تداوي أمراض النفس وهموم الحياة. نعم، هذا فكر الذين يتعاطون المخدرات والمسكرات. قالوا بأن المخدرات تنشطهم وتداوي أمراض القلوب والقلق. ما موقفك في هذا الرأي؟
أنا أيضا هكذا سمعت بعض الناس يقول بأن المسكرات والخمر تداوي هموم الحياة. فموقفي هنا سأقول لا شيء يداوي هموم الحياة والأمراض البدنية إلا ذكر الله. إذا أردت أن تجد طمأنينة النفس فعليك بالقرآن، كما قال الله تعالى ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. فعدوا إلى شاربين الخمر والمسكرات بأن يتوبوا إلى الله ويرجعوا إلى القرآن، فسيجدون زوال الهموم والأمراض أكثر مما يظنون أنها في الخمر، وظنوا كذب.
بارك الله فيك، جزاكم الله خير. فبهذه الشوطة انتهينا من هذه المسابقة قراءات النصوص العربية قراءة صحيحة ممتعة. وفي الحقيقة أنا تمتعت بهذه الفتية الأربع. والله حقيقة هم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم. والله أنا تمتعت به في مجتمع جمعية الطلاب المسلمين. طلابنا أبناؤنا يخرجون يقرؤون القطاعات العربية غير المشكلة. غير المشكلة، عميدنا إلى ذلك، غير المشكلة، ليس في شكل. والله الحمد لله هذا شيء يسعدني ويبهجني كثيرا. وأيضا من خلال هذه القراءة اختبرت مهارته في المحادثة، وعرفت أنهم يتكلمون باطمئنان، وذلك ينبئنا أن المستقبل نير وطيب إن شاء الله. وبارك الله فيكم. بالله واصلوا على مجهوداتكم، واصلوا على مجهوداتكم، وذلك يعني أن تعليم أو تعلم العلوم الغربية لم تطغي على العلوم العربية. وبمثل هؤلاء إن شاء الله تعالى أنا أعتقد أنه في المستقبل القريب في هذه المجتمعات لطلاب جميع المسلمين لا نجلس هنا ونتكلم بالإنجليزية، بل يكون كلامنا بالعربية لأنها لغتنا ولغة ديننا. لنا لغة قد بحرت بجودتها قد غلبت لغات الغرب قاطبة سنويها وهندسة. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
السلام عليكم. هناك نقطة الذي يريد أن أشيرنا إليه. نحن الذي جئنا من جنوب النيجيري لما تممنا بتعلم العربية الحمد لله ظاهرا فيما قد وجدنا على أننا الذين جئنا من جنوب النيجيري لما فعلنا شيء، لأني ما أريد أن أستر الحق، فإن الله لا يستحي من الحق، وهو يجب علينا إذا كنا في بيوتنا أن نهتم بواجباتنا على هؤلاء الطلبة المسلمين، لأنهم هم عملنا غدا، وهؤلاء جاءوا لما لم يستطيعوا التكلم الصحيح بالعربية، وهؤلاء يعني رجلين والله قد فعلوا فوق المنزل. بارك الله فيه. ونحن الذي جينا من جنوب نيجيريا إن شاء الله بعدما رجعنا إلى بيوتنا نتوجه إلى واجباتنا إن شاء الله، ونسأل الله التوفيق في جميع أمورنا. السلام عليكم.
Without much ado, we move to the next competition, which is English reading passage. At least we've had the Arabic. The next one is to listen to English. Although there won't be any room for indigenous language, otherwise we'll have you, very good you. But inshallah, we now move. Okay, probably next year. Inshallah, I want to call on the participants in English reading and spelling bee. Please let us come out. English passage reading and spelling bee. Those who are representing the A zone and B zone, are you for A zone? B zone? Okay, you have your seat.
Frequent breakdown of Nigeria's foreign refineries the last 2 decades as a result of neglect, general inefficiencies, and outright sabotage meant that Nigeria pays oil marketers subsidy to refine import products and sell at the government-fixed price inside the country. A joint Senate committee had in 2016 probed the subsidy regime from 2006 to 2015 and found that the country spent 10 trillion naira as subsidy paid to NNPC and private oil marketers. Streams of reports and audits by government agencies and government-appointed auditors documented a dismal legacy of lost revenues, inefficiency, and corruption that trailed the management of the subsidy regime, but little was done to punish those found culpable. In January 2012, President Goodluck Jonathan announced the stoppage of subsidy payments, but the spontaneous social and political upheavals that greeted the removal prompted the House of Representatives in January 2012 to set up an ad hoc committee headed by lawmaker Farouk Lawan to probe the subsidies. The committee's 202-page report made far-reaching findings, including recommending the prosecution of many government officials and oil company executives who were found to have committed billions of naira subsidy fraud. The committee chairman was, however, immersed in scandal, where a video surfaced of him receiving bribe to exclude an oil firm's name from the report. Then Finance Minister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala constituted a subsidy review committee chaired by Mr. AIG Imokwode. The committee submitted its report on 13 July 2012, indicating 20 oil firms and government officials, but very little has happened since then. Then came the Madam Nuhu Ribadu-led Petroleum Revenue Special Task Force, which cheated NNPC's practice of deducting amounts for subsidy-related expenses prior to remittance of this revenue to the federal account. The Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NEITI, has in the last decade published several reports that corroborated past audits. Its fiscal allocation and statutory disbursement audit 2007 to 2011, 2012, 2013 and 2014 oil and gas audit reports, among other policy briefs, also captured the malfeasance that trailed the subsidy regime. There was the February 2015 forensic audit conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, on allegations of unremitted funds into the federal account by NNPC. The forensic audit established cases of fraud in NNPC's handling of subsidy. Some other audits found that certain marketers collected subsidy of billions of naira on petrol that from records available were not supplied. Thanks for listening.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Abu Bakr Bala Haruna from Zamfara State, representing A-Zone. Yesterday, the Working Group on Peace Building and Good Governance, the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, and the West African Network for Peace, WANEP, organized a civil society leaders conference at Hilton Transcorp Abuja to review the drifts towards chaos in Nigeria and the imperative of urgent action to redress the situation. In his opening remarks, Professor Atahiri Jiga spoke about the dangers of the politics of brinkmanship played by our political class, which can take us over the edge if we are not careful. He drew attention to the lack of enlightened self-interest within the political class and castigated the deplorable culture of do-or-die politics. He called for active engagement by civil society in peacemaking and establishing codes of conduct that would improve political behavior. In his message to the conference, Cardinal John Onyeken called on Nigerians to be aware of the high number of fake news and images circulating which are designed to sow the seed of discord in the society. He appealed for more critical reflection before we believe what is placed before us and cautioned that we should not be active participants in creating distrust and unrest in our society. In his keynote address to the conference, Professor Ibrahim Gambari drew attention to the fact that Nigeria is facing an unprecedented existential crisis, and there is an urgent need to stop the drift toward chaos. One element of the crisis he drew attention to is the spread of the culture of violence. The Boko Haram insurgency has persisted for a decade, and although progress has been made towards containing it, it remains a major problem with over 30,000 people killed and millions displaced. The Niger Delta remains marked by militancy and economic sabotage. In more recent years, a crisis of pastoralism has developed and deepened, leading.
The second column.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All protocols duly observed. My name is Adebayo DhulQi'dah, a student of Agri Islamic Middle School from Ondo State, representing Zone B. NNPC, frequent changes, missing oil revenues. The Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has since its inception in the 1970s been the government's major cash cow and a hot presence in the Nigerian economy, society, and polity. Every administration in Nigeria has watched NNPC closely. In addition to major projects and huge contributions the government offers, the National Oil Company in the last 2 decades had been immersed in alleged financial scandals stemming from allegations of unremitted funds to missing oil and gas revenues. There have been multiple scandals in the oil sector since 1999 that cost Nigerians billions of dollars. One of the most comprehensive reports of waste and mismanagement of cash in Nigeria's oil industry was reviewed in September 2013. Then, Governor of the Central Bank, now Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sanusi II, wrote to President Goodluck Jonathan saying NNPC failed to remit $49.8 billion to the Federation account. He later reduced the amount to 10.8 billion naira on December 18, 2013. The government then commissioned audits from PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC to undertake an investigation of the fund. NNPC later claimed that PwC absolved it of culpability over the allegation of non-remittance of 20 billion naira, saying $20 billion, saying that what was due for remittance to the Federation account was $1.48 billion. The revelations of unaccounted funds by the NNPC didn't end there. Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NEITI, in a 2015 audit report found that NNPC failed to remit $16.8 billion to the Federation account in 16 years it had as dividend for its vote. Thanks for listening. Once again, my name is Adebayo DhulQi'dah, representing Prison.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin. Nabiyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi man yattabi'ahum bi ihsan ila yawmina hadha ala al-din. Wa ba'd, assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let me exercise under the Constitution of the Muslim Society of Nigeria, precisely in Section 7, which deals with the National Conference. Subsection B of Section 8 of the Constitution now deals with the appointment of officers to the offices in the society. I want to use the privilege I have as the National President of the Muslim Society of Nigeria to bring on board this part of the conference, which is appointment of national officers. And by the provision of the Constitution, it is through a selection committee referred to by the Constitution as the Shura. Let me invite the nominees of the respective zones to the Shura. I have from the B zone, Engineer Abdullahi Adebayo. Is in the hall? And Brother Shakirullah Adedoja. From the A zone, I have Brother Awal or Awalu Bello Jigria. Brother Awal Bello Jigria. I also have Brother Ado Garba Enkaji. And the Constitution has privileged me to appoint a chair for the selection committee, the Shura committee. And I've exercised that power and I've appointed Brother Umar Laratali to chair the Shura. Brother Umar Laratali. For want of time, I want to invoke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide, guard, protect, and direct the Shura committee to discharge its responsibility by bringing forth to us at the time that they're presenting their report, the 36th National Executive Council of this society. I want to refer the committee to Section 8 of the Constitution, which I will not bore us by reading. I want to refer them to that section of the Constitution, that they should look at it and ensure that the Constitution of the society is respected. One that is very paramount is that nobody shall represent or shall be presented to the Shura except that person is earlier nominated by the zones. So thank God we have mentioned the nominees from the A and B zone, and we've appointed the chairman for the committee. I would also charge the Amir of A zone and Amir of B zone. Please submit your nominations now to the Shura chairman, not to me. Submit your nominations for National Executive Council members to the Shura chairman now, because they are going to start their work in earnest. Please, I wish the committee Allah's guidance. I wish the committee all that it takes to be successful in their assignments. The Shura chairman.
rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Like the national Amir said, what is soon? Well, I know every one of us is familiar with the MSS Constitution. Inshallah, that is what we are going to use as a guide. And then we are praying that Allah will assist us in coming out with the list. And like he said also, we need the list now. And inshallah, we shall not betray the confidence imposed in us. And we continue to request you to put us in prayer. And we hope that at the end of the day, we'll be able to ratify what we have been given. And if there is anything, I think we'll fall back to the zones. I think that should be the best thing. If there is anything, we'll fall back to the zones, even though we have the representative of the zone. Thank you very much.
Another session in the ongoing series of events. In this triple-edged occasion, we're about to witness the spelling bee competition. Let me say that this time around, what we will do is going to be very simple. It may be different from what some people have witnessed in some other spelling bee competitions, but this is because of our own predicament. The participants here seated, each one is competing on his or her own. And I have a list of words numbered 1 to 20. It's going to be done in rounds just like quiz. When a participant chooses a number, the word will be pronounced and the participant will be required to spell it. The spelling will be done once and you have 30 seconds to do it. You are free to make attempt, but whatever you spell will not be deleted. What I mean, if you want to spell book and you say B-O, there's no harm in going back to still say B-O and continue. But the initial B-O mentioned will never be deleted. I hope that is understood. So look before you leap. Whatever decision you make is final. That is it. With this, and for us to be carried along, the operator open a fresh document in Word. In capitals, in bold. Whatever you say will be typed. Let's experiment. B, O, K, book. Good. So that is how it's going to be done. We said we have 30 seconds. We have questions 1 to 20. Let me take their names, please. You are Abdullahi Maria, representing Ondo Bison. Good. Idris Peace. Ekiti Bison. Bello Lukman. Pardon? Bello Lukman Ilyasu. Kaduna Ezon. Aisha Sani Maradu. As I said, we have 20 questions. Okay, brothers, it has been observed that some murmurings are coming from this direction. Can we please have some silence? Each candidate is expected to attempt answering 5 questions, at the end of which we are going to make the total. 5, 20, 20 times. Okay, I have more than 20, sir, so I can increase it. So we have 1 to 24, so that the last person could make a choice. You're going to answer only 5 questions. At the end, unless winners have not emerged, we will not go any further. I begin with Abdullahi Mariam from Ondo, representing the B zone. You can choose. Give her the mic. You need it more. Those in the front row, can you go back, please? So that I will not distract them. Number 5. Spell the word indict.
We can't hear you. Use the mic.
Use the microphone. I'm sorry. That's wrong. That's wrong already. 0 to Abdullahi Mariam. Please, the mic is for you. We are interested in hearing whatever you're going to say.
Question 10.
Number 10. Why?
So take some time before it comes up.
Okay, number 10. Spell the word conscientious. Conscientious.
The word again, please.
Conscientious.
Conscientious.
That's wrong. Conscientious is spelled as Conscientious. Conscientious. For indict is INDICT. Indict. The next participant is Bello Lukman Ilyasu from A Zone.
Question 3.
Question 3. Spell the word accommodation.
A C C O M O D A T I O N.
That's wrong. Accommodation is spelled as ACCOMMODATION. Accommodation. Aisha Sani Maradu from A Zone.
Number 6.
Number 6. Playwright. 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 Yeah, playwright.
PLERIGHT.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Playwright is spelled as PLAYWRIGHT. Playwright. Mariam, is still your turn. Aisha, no, I mean Aisha. Aisha Sani Maradu. It's still your turn.
Number 7.
Number 7. Spell the word rhythm. Rhythm.
RHYTHM.
RHYTHM, correct. 2 marks to Aisha Sani Maradu. The next. Please use the microphone.
Question 8.
Number
8.
Number 8. Amateur. Amateur.
AMMATURE.
That's wrong. Amateur is spelled as AMATEUR. Amateur.
Question
15. 15. Kernel. Kernel. As in palm kernel.
KERNEL.
That's correct. 2 marks to Bello. What's your name? Idris. Question 2. Spell the word schistosomiasis. 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 That's wrong. Schistosomiasis is spelled as Schistosomiasis. Schistosomiasis. It's your turn. Question number 4. Handkerchief. Yes. Handkerchief.
Handkerchief.
That's correct. Handkerchief. 2 marks.
At-takbir.
Question 9.
Number 9. Changeable. Changeable. Changeable.
Changeable.
Changeable. That's correct. 2 marks. Next.
Question 10.
10 has been attempted. 11. Gauge. Gauge. Pardon? Gauge.
G-U-A-G.
That's wrong. 0. Gauge is spelled as G-A-U-G-E. Gauge. Next. Number 9 has been attempted.
Number 2.
Pardon?
Number
12. Okay. Spell the word grateful. Grateful.
Gratefus.
Grateful. Correct. 2 marks. It's your turn to make another question. 14. 14. Hierarchy. Hierarchy. Otherwise spelled as pronounced as hierarchy.
Hierarchy.
Hierarchy, correct. We're having more than a judge, please.
Okay.
Your question, please. Number 13. 13. Harass. Harass.
H-A-R-R-E-S.
That's wrong. Harass is spelled as H-A-R-A-S-S. Next. 19. 19. Precede. Precede.
P-R-E-C-E-D-E.
Precede. Correct. 2 marks. Pardon? 7 has been attempted. 1 is okay. Spell the word yogurt. Yogurt. That's wrong. Yogurt is spelled as Y-O-G-H-U-R-T. Your last question. Mariam.
Question
18. 18. Misspell. Misspell. Don't misspell, misspell. That's wrong. Misspelled is spelled as M-I-S-S-P-E-L-L. And for your information, in spelling, there is nothing like double, except, of course, in W. So there is no such a thing as double L, but LL.
Question 20.
Question 20. Spell the word pronunciation. Pronunciation.
P-R-N-U-N-C-I-A-T-I-O-N.
Pronunciation. Correct. 2 marks. Pardon? 16. Okay, take it. Medieval. Medieval. Medieval.
M-I-D-I-V-A-L.
That's wrong. Medieval is spelled as M-E-D-I-E-V-A-L. Medieval. Aisha.
Number 13.
Number 13 has been attempted.
Number 4.
I have numbers 21, 22, 23, 24, and 17.
22.
22. Spell the word receipt. Receipt.
R-E-C-E-I-P-T.
That's correct. 2 marks. We have a tie to break. We have a tie to break between Idris' piece of Ikitipi zone. Okay, so let's just mention the result. Look at this. My total says 2808. Okay, good. So Abdullah Kimariam has a total of 2 points. For Idris' piece, a total of 8 points. Lukman Bello, 0. Aisha Sani Maradun, 8 points. So a tie has to be broken between Idris' piece and... It's clear. Abdullah Mariam is the 3rd. Lukman Bello is the 4th. Now, first and seconds are the ones we want to determine. So we still have the 2 can go. May Allah reward you most abundantly. I have 3 questions, within which to pick just one. 17, 23, and 24.
Spell the word rhyme. Rhyme.
R-H-Y-M-E.
R-H-Y-M-E. Correct. 2 marks. You have 24 and 17. You even have 25. 24, 25, and 17. 17. Spell the word maneuver. Maneuver.
M-A-N-O-E-U-V-E-R.
That's wrong. Maneuver is spelled as M-A-N-E-U-V-E-R. Maneuver. The tie is broken. As usual. Yeah. 5, 3, 1.
It is a shame for Africans to go about glorifying other foreign languages and cultures to the detriment of their own rich culture and languages. In most of the parts in the South, especially the South-South and the Southeast, you find it difficult, very rare to see parents communicating with their children in their native language, all in the name of the fact that they want their children to speak in an American or British accent, which is not what we need now. Good day, Mr. Chairman, Uncle Timekeeper, panel of judges, my co-debaters, and my dear listeners. By name, I am Mariam Bint Abdullah Siddiqo, proposing the motion which states English language should be replaced by indigenous one as the instruction language in Nigerian secondary schools. I believe in that. Firstly, indigenous language helps children to assimilate. Even adults prefer to communicate with in their own language so as for them to understand and assimilate the information being passed through to them. Also, we'll see that furthermore, the recent research that was conducted by the Faculty of Education in Obafemi Awolowo University shows that children who were being taught in their own indigenous language proved excellently in their terminal examination. That is, there is a record for success rates than those who were taught by English language. This is due to what? Due to misunderstanding of what is being given to them. Also, in developing the educational system in our country, we need to use our indigenous language so as to develop the educational system of our country. Let us look at the best physicist in the world. For an Egyptian, he was taught in his own language, and for him to be successful, to be the best physicist, it was because he understood every nook and cranny of physics. He understood everything, assimilated, used his intellectual ability to be the best. And we all want to be the best, I think. Yes. From the Holy Quran, Surah Fusilat, verse 44. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولو جعلناه قرآنا أعجميا لقالوا لولا فصلت آياته أعجمي وعربي. Meaning, if we had presented the Quran to them in a non-Arabic language, they would have questioned us that why haven't we presented it to them in their own language they will be able to understand. Can we say even the Islamic view of this? For us to understand the things, we need the basic, the facts on it. That is, we should teach in our own language. Let's see the result of why this year. Mass failure, even English language failure, we have it. And because of that English language failure, we're having other subjects as failure also. So, in my own part, I believe that English language should be replaced by indigenous ones in order to enhance the educational development in Nigeria. Let us look at the developing countries nowadays. Countries like China, India, and so on. They are using their own indigenous language as their own legal framework. Then why can't we do that? Why can't we be like them? It is worth of emulation, so as for us to develop our own country too. With these very few cogent points of mine, I'm sure and I believe that I'm able to convince and not convince my audience, panel of judges, and my co-debaters that English language should be replaced by an indigenous one as an instruction language in Nigeria's secondary schools.
That has been the first speaker from the supporting side. I'm sure when the first speaker from the opposing side comes, the equation is going to be balanced. So it's therefore my honor to invite the first speaker from the opposing side to come and tell us their own side of the coin. The first speaker.
Is there a magic in what we believe as mother tongue that gave us the assurance that if English language is replaced by an indigenous language to be adopted in educational institutions, that there will be failure? Most of the students, they prefer using their times for frivolities rather than priorities. Good day, Mr. Chairman, accurate timekeeper, panel of judges, co-debaters, and my esteemed audience. My name is Yusuf Sideko, and I'm here to oppose the motion which says that English language to be replaced with another indigenous language in educational institution. First of all, you know, English language bridges the space between ethnic groups in Nigeria. As we all know that Nigeria is made up of different ethnic groups, which over 300 languages in Nigeria. For example, we have a national conference here. Do we have to learn over the 360 languages before we communicate with one another? No, others. Please, am I making sense? Also, there's I'm trying to carry the argument along. Okay. Then, furthermore, there will be lack of opportunity to study abroad. As I know that the indigenous languages in Nigeria are different from indigenous languages in other countries. For example, if I want to study in Korea as a case study, and I'm from Yoruba land, yeah, sir. But even if I got there, I just have to know English language before I continue with my studies. Also, as you all know that computer is being programmed by the white men. As the white men, as their living franca is English language, they are programmed the computer such a way that it understands English language. By adopting this system, my opponent is saying it's likely students are computer illiterate. With this cogent point of mine, I think I'll be able to convince and not to confuse my attentive audience that English language should not be replaced by another indigenous language. Thanks for listening.
That has been the first speaker from the opposing side. It's time to invite the second speaker from the proposing side to tell us whether they still maintain that point. They are free to change their decision. So the second speaker, it's your time.
Esteemed ladies and gentlemen, right before you, Scholar Olias here, representative of Brisbane from Lagos State area. I stand on this great podium of today to speak in favor of the motion and stand not to be shaken that English language should be replaced by indigenous language as instructional language in our secondary school today. Let's ask ourselves, which language do we understand most today? Of course, it's our indigenous language. What would we like to be speaking to in our indigenous language rather than English language? Of course, the answer is yes. Before I go on, let's go into the Holy Quran, when in Surah Ibrahim, verse 4, Allah says, as part of mentioned, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَّسُولٍ إِلَّا بِلِسَانِ قَوْمِهِ لِيُبَيِّنَ لَهُمْ. And we send not all prophets except with their own mother's tongue in order for them to be able to explain to them. Also in Surah Al-Fussilat, Allah also explained that if He has sent the Holy Quran in a language rather than the Arabic language, they will have questioned it. This shows the importance of indigenous language in our day-to-day affairs. My dear opponent, my dear opponent mentioned about 350 ethnic groups. Does it mean that developing countries like India, France does not have more than one? Developed countries like India and France just have only one ethnic group? No. The answer definitely is no. They have more than one ethnic language, but still they speak in their ethnic languages. Now, the chairman governing board of the Center for Black and Arts, Africa and Civilization once said in his own speech, our all languages embody the wealth, the person, and the non-natural person. And it is sad that these our languages is deeply thin. Let's look at ourselves today. How many of our children understand our own native language? Once our native language is taught in our schools, don't we think that this our native language will increase the success rate of our schools? If you look at schools that are being taught in their native language, of course, they record high success rates in examinations. But schools that are being taught in English language that they don't understand, they record low percent. When we look at between 2010 and 2014, the highest percentage of pass among students was 40.46%. Do we consider this as a pass or as a failure among students in our educational sector? Of course, it's natural failure. Natural, it is a failure. But when we teach in our indigenous language, school dropouts will reduce drastically. I mean drastically. Because students will be able to assimilate, they will understand what they are being taught because it's their native language, and as such will lead to increase the success rate in nation, thereby reducing the rate of school dropouts in schools. What else can this, by replacing English with indigenous language, what else can it bring to us? Not only in schools, it develops the culture and language of the nation. If I'm being taught with my indigenous language in my school, you don't expect me to forget what I'm being taught. But if I'm being taught in English, I have to cram everything that I've been taught. When I'm taught in my indigenous language, I understand it easily, assimilate it easily, understand easily. My audience say, this night mockery is a practical example of what happens when indigenous language is being taught. The imam that led us in this night mockery, when he wanted to make a tafsir to us, he explained it in his own indigenous language, not English language to be precise. Indigenous language to be precise. He did it in indigenous language because he understands that people understand their indigenous language rather than English language. I'll be these few cognitive points of mine. I'll be able to brain feed us, but not to brainwash us, that English should be replaced with indigenous language as language of instruction in our secondary schools today. Thank you.
That has been the second speaker from the proposing side. The next person to be invited to speak is the second speaker of the opposing side.
Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accolades timekeepers, my co-debater, and my attentive audience. Standing before you here is Abib Abiola from B-Zone, Oyo State. I'm here before you today to oppose the motion which says English language should be changed. I'm here before you today to discuss the topic which says English language should be replaced by indigenous ones as an instruction language in secondary schools in Nigeria. Now, before I proceed, I would like to shed light on the keywords of the topic. English language is a type of language that is being used by majority of people of nowadays for the expression of opinions and ideas conveyance of messages and communication. Now, let's get straight to the point. My factors to prove that, or to show that English language shouldn't be replaced by indigenous one is Nigerian secondary schools goes thus. Firstly, English language is a language that brings about unity and peace among the countries of the world. Let's take ECOWAS as an instance. Assuming the member states that constitute the ECOWAS didn't have an official language that they'll be using whenever they are having conferences and more, disagreements are likely to be occurring at intervals. But due to the fact that they've already accepted to use English language, such problems are being minimized. And also, activities like tourism still thrives nowadays because of English language. This is in the sense that English language is a type of language that is being used as a means of communication by majority of the people. So, if a tourist gets to another state or country, he or she would be relieved of the problem of communication because English language is a wide known language. So, in addition, and I know very well that my opponents, they didn't intentionally support what they're saying because they know within their mind that it will look absurd if someone just comes to them and tell them that you quit using English languages. Let's take the conference program we are having today as an instance. We will all see that we have been using English language right from the start till now. If we decided to go against it, it will look somehow and it will bring about confusions and more because, and as a result of that, we may not achieve the aim of why we are here. Me as I am, I'm a Yoruba boy, and I'm sorry to say, Saz and Mas, I don't understand a single thing about Hausa, Igbo, and other languages that are being spoken here. But due to the fact that we have an official language that we use, I am able to understand and assimilate all what we've been doing since. So I think with this report in mind, I'm able to convince you that English language shouldn't be replaced by indigenous one in secondary school. Thank you.
That has been the second speaker trying to balance the equation from the opposing side. It's time to call on both sides to come for a rebuttal. I'm sure you may have some issues to raise. You may need to clear the air on some issues. So you can come and do it. And you still have the latitude to even change your mind.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. You asked me to change my mind, but I'll still remain on my stand. But yes, I'll remain on my stand. It's a pity. My opponent said the other time that we won't have the opportunity to go and study abroad. Please tell me, is it a must to go to abroad to study? We have educational materials here. We have educational institutions. Then why do we want to go to abroad to study? If it's master's you want to study, PhD degree, everything is present in Nigeria, then why do you have to go to abroad? Even the white men believe that when at tender age, the children from Africa, they, with their own children, have more, develop more on their educational system, educational ability. Because of what? Because their parents are able to communicate with them in their own language. And this is the reason, this is one of the reasons why I will continue to love Hausa people. It is their own language. When I went to Katsina for the national crowning competition this year, when you tell, when an Hausa man is telling you, he's speaking with you in Hausa, and you tell him, Ba Hausa, you have problem. Yes, we have problem. But if it is in our own, you tell them, you speak with them in English. You see, you must speak in English. Let's develop our country by ourselves. We are the future of this country. If you teachers come together and communicate with us in English language and you present your speeches on different topics in different subjects in our indigenous language, in our own language, we will be able to come in future to develop this country as Nigeria is a blessed country, blessed, and Africa is a blessed continent. So I still remain on my stand, even if I'm
That's been an attempt at rebuttal by the proposing side. It's time for the opposing side to come and engage in rebuttal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please, I want to ask my opponent some questions. Please, number one, do we have to master all the 360 languages before we can communicate? Why do you say we should support this motion?
Yes, I'll answer. It's not a must. I master all the 360 languages before I can be able to communicate. And let me ask you, which language do you understand most?
Actually, I really understand. I understand English language more than my own father. This is because I'm comfortable with the English language. In my school, I speak English language. When I get there, even in this conference, has anyone spoken an indigenous language in this sentence? Even just let's take the judges for instance. The judges is trying to give us an instruction about this debate. Then it started with I don't even know how to say this Sanu or whatsoever. People will leave this place. This is the scarcity. That's what I'm telling you. You have to accept English language as the universal language.
And I was still telling you I can't accept English language as
I know that's not though.
This outside people are talking about the everything that was done this evening. Was it done in English language or outside language? Even though I don't understand, so I'm very sure that.
With this, I still stand on my point that English language should not be replaced. Let me ask this question from the audience, please. Who can translate this model in the indigenous language? Please, the SIM card. Who can translate it into the indigenous language? There are some times that we can't translate to English language. Do you have sir? The indigenous language of
They call you.
Therefore, I still stand on my point that English language should not be replaced.
That's the last submission. Okay, let's wind up. Let me call on the Assistant National Secretary, Studies and Scholarship, to invite, to dismiss these ones and admit other ones. The final. The opposing side. Okay, brothers and sisters Islam, I'm happy to introduce us to the final session of the debate. All the rules and regulations for the previous contest and round stand. The topic for this contest is just like the executive. The heads of the legislative and judiciary arms of government in Nigeria should be given immunity. Sokoto is the proposing side from Azon, while Plateau, equally from Azon, is the opposing side. The proposers. Go on.
Wow. Astonishing fact. Upon all the effort made by the Nigerian legislative and judiciary towards ensuring good governance in Nigeria, yet, rather surprisingly, some people like my counterpart sitting here feel the negative mindset not to acknowledge their effort. But anyway, facts and figures do not lie. To justify my claims, let me first of all acknowledge the presence of the Mr. Chairman, our qualified and well-selected panel of judges, our respective guest elders, also my indomitable counterpart, distinguished brothers and sisters in Islam, good evening to you all. I'm by name Zayari Muhammad Audu, standing before you to become more irritable resonant in the supporting side of today's interesting and contemporary debate that says, just like the executive, the head of Nigerian legislative and judiciary should be given immunity. But before I proceed further, I find it more reasonable to unveil the meaning of three words: legislative, executive, and immunity. Legislative are equally the arms of government that are responsible for enacting of laws, while judiciary are arms of government that are responsible for interpretation of law, as well as immunity is a kind of protection given to the head of executive while they are in office in order not to be punished on anything they do. Now, how I define the key concept in the preposition, in order to back up my argument, here are my undeniable facts. First of all, brothers and sisters in Islam, the legislative and judiciary are the remaining arms that run a democratic government. There is no doubt that if they are given immunity, there will be absolute transparency and accountability in government. As well, it will deeper and strengthen democracy. It will deeper and strengthen democracy, and as well, crime and criminal activities, if not put to stop, but it will be reduced. It will be reduced down to the carpet level in Nigeria. As well, furthermore, legislative and judiciary arms of government, if they are given immunity, of course, it will cope and limit the unnecessary interference of the executive arms of government. And at the same time, this will enable the judiciary to carry out their duty properly without the interference of the executive arms of government. And also, this will help them effectively in terms of carrying out their duty. More also, brothers and sisters in Islam, if the legislative and judiciary arms of government are given immunity, it will also give room for the judiciary to carry out free interpretation of the Constitution. And by then, who you know, what you have, and who you know, what you have, and who are with you, will not be the order of the day in terms of passing out a judgment. More also, brothers and sisters in Islam, it is unshakable and undisputable that yes, if the judiciary arms of government and legislative are given immunity, there will be good governance, rule of law, peace and security, and as well there will be upliftment of the principle of rule of law. More also, brothers and sisters in Islam, you will all agree with me that serious lacuna and obstacles have been observed in the Nigerian Constitution by a well-experienced lawyers. And one of these lacuna is the unnecessary discrimination of the Nigerian Constitution by the legislative. Therefore, if the judiciary and the legislative arms of government are given immunity, of course, it will put an end to this menace caused by the executive. More also, brothers and sisters in Islam, you will also agree with me that if the legislative and judiciary arms of government are given immunity, of course, it will be a means of promotion of peace and unity in Nigeria. I hope with this analysis, you will all agree with me that that immunity should be granted to legislative and judiciary in the Nigerian Constitution. Thank you.
I'm perplexed, stunned, astonished, aghast, and discombobulated over this certain issue. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, sir, ladies and gentlemen, corruption has become so powerful in this country to the extent that when we try to fight it, it wage war against us. What I mean here is that immunity has been the major factor which has been causing a great setback to us. Mr. Speaker, good day to you all Britain present here. Indeed, my words are eager and willing you to serve, so give me all the silence a debater deserves. And of course, put your speeches in reserve, because of course, this is not a stadium but a hall, not a media after all. Let me Listen firstly, those who are free from arrogance and prejudice. Seek the truth of those who humble themselves in its presence, regardless of what the truth might be. Those who don't blindly oppose it when it ought to be embraced. Those who cheerfully and wisely investigate each problem, have it in good conscience, evaluate and follow nothing but the truth. Mr. Chairman, sir, ladies and gentlemen, I'm referring this humble greetings to you. I still remain my humble self, Nana Hafsat bintu Umar Farouk, first speaker from the negative team, a representative of the northern Nigeria, Azon from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, standing on the existing protocols established by me, here is the point, here is the motion. It says, just like the executive, the judiciary and the legislative arm of government should be given immunity right. This is no, and I mean no. It can never be, inshallah. Mr. Speaker, to argue negatively on the given motion, my colleague and I have the total of 6 points to back up our argument. These are superiority and hierarchy, speedy rise in corruption rate, to mention but few. But before them, here is the definition of the deadly word, immunity. Immunity is defined as the preferential treatment given to an individual, especially when guilty, not to be punished when in possession of power. La ilaha illallah. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, sir, ladies and gentlemen, now my point in articulation. Firstly, speedy rise in corruption rate. The Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution has with no doubt become the hideout of the corrupt politicians. Nigerian politicians today make the looting of public funds and a lifetime entrepreneurship. Mr. Speaker, they squander and rob the country black and blue. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, hierarchy and superiority. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, sir, let's have a little chronology. A school comprises of the management staff, teaching staff, and as well as the non-teaching staff. And both of them are working towards the development of the school. But permit me, it is obvious that the management staff might be enjoying certain rights and allowances which the other two are not having. So I see nothing wrong if the judiciary arm of government and the legislative are not giving the immunity right as well the executive as the apex is being given their right. Mr. Speaker, if there are 3 arms of government in democracy, then definitely one must be the superior of the two. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, democracy is a system of government for the people and by the people. May I find a similitude? Should an automobile company be responsible for the accident caused as a result of reckless driving of a driver? To be honest, no. So whatever my humble and learned opponent had said and will still be saying, I said no to it. This is a simple logic and I raise my case. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, sir, the incorruptible panel of educators, eloquent moderator, accurate timekeeper, humble debaters, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen have been stand before you all. I am the remain of the Sam bin Muhammad, standing on my feet on this podium in order to throw over some light, break the ice, see eye to eye, call a spade, be the backbone, take the initiative and support my little speaker on the House composition which says that just like the executive, the heads of the Nigerian judiciary and legislative should be given immunity. Mr. Chairman, sir, as an organization, definition and concretization given by my speaker, I would like to proceed my following points. Mr. Chairman, sir, to back the fact and follow the footsteps of the truth, here was my justification. Mr. Chairman, sir, if we can consider the rule of equality before the law, therefore and definitely legislative and judiciary should be given immunity. Mr. Chairman, sir, also, what can we say about the issue of separation of power? Every separation of power, there is coordination and subordination between all the 3 arms of the government. Then, how can they exclude a government? Say that only the executive should be enrolled with prerogative power of office. Mr. Chairman, sir, I think it is a clear ruling for the whole Speaker of the House of Representatives and that of the Chief Judge of the Supreme Court of Nigeria to be subjected to question while a mere councillor is being set free. Can this be possible? Then therefore also this immunity should be also strengthening to the heads of legislative and judiciary. Also, Mr. Chairman, sir, if immunity is only restricted to executives, surely there will be ineffectiveness, insecurity, and also lack of coordination, subordination, and further disunity. Mr. Chairman, sir, with these few points of mine, I would like that I have convinced all the House that immunity should be strengthened to both the legislative and judiciary, not only executive. And also call on my side of my opponents to leave their own side of argument and join our own side argument, because and at this juncture, Mr. Chairman, sir, this is my
Fire for fire, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Though now we might not comprehend, every riddle has an end. Search your mind for what you know, and the answer soon will show. Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, applicants, people, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I still remain whom I am. I stand not by my power, neither by my might, but by the power of the capital ruler of the universe. To oppose the motion which says that just like the executive, legislature, and judiciary should be given immunity. But I say no with the following point of mind. Intense corruption practices, Mr. Chairman, sir. It's the most aching that the improvement of budgets and the rectifying of ministers. Because we are not giving them the immunity, and yet they are marching on our toes. They are dancing on our roofs. Before any minister is interviewed, they must give huge amounts of money. Before any ministry budget is signed, they must give huge amounts of money, which is corruption. Corruption, although it has claimed almost all sphere of human endeavor, yet it is most glorified in my beloved country, Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, sir, my opponents, what I want to ask you is, what is the contribution of the judiciary and legislature that will give them our immunity? Our rule of law become rule of laws. Our lawmakers become noisemakers. These are our leaders, suddenly bombarded with strong shake of corruption. The most mistake we are making is to give the immunity to legislature and judiciary, because it will sink the country and never have a strong group to bring it back.
This is an international debate and a national issue that calls for urgent deliberation. So you need not to shout or raise up your voice rhetorically. Instead, why not back up your point with vibrant and critical reasons? I heard you overquoting section 308. Thank you very much for your wonderful research. I can see that you are good in history. But can you tell my audience when that section was amended? Please tell them. They don't know, but they are quoting it. Now, let me tell you something. That section you quote that gives executive power of immunity has been put to amend on 27 May 2012 in Port Harcourt. And if you think I'm lying, the Gogo is there to. And if you don't believe me, the Gogo is there to prove if I'm lying or not. Now, you are agreeing with me, my dear, that the subject matter of this isn't supposed to come from much argument. Because even my co-debaters, they are just quoting what you don't know. And you are agreeing with me that they should leave their side in the back of my side. Thank you very much.
Sit down, relax, zero your mind. It's not a do or die affair. After all, you are still representing the northern Nigeria Azon. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir, for calling for me to not of the entire argument. I still remain my humble self, and I have said this to Umar Faruk, speaker from the negative field, a representative of the northern Nigeria Azon, as well as my colleagues here. Mr. Chairman, sir, I really feel that moment when our democracy, our system of government will become democracy instead of democracy. I overheard my opponent confronting us directly that we should answer a question regarding history. I believe we are all learning here. The only difference between success and failure is information. Do you know what? People in this great world of ours think small and so wrong. They work at almost 8 hours to see the world gone so long. Mr. Speaker, with this, I urge you to sit down, do justice to this topic according to your justice justification, so that no justice judge will justify your justice judgment as unjustifiable. I